A lot of times when I fall into temptation and I know what I'm doing is wrong, although I can't stop for whatever reason, it kind of makes me feel like I'm under some kind of hypnosis. I gotta do better at these videos. I gotta do better at these videos. I'm just following what the Spirit is telling me to do. And I feel like I'm probably not doing it right, but I don't know. I'm just doing it, and I pray that the Lord just steers me in the direction I need to be if I'm doing this wrong. But right now, I am sticking to the commitment of sending out a video or posting a video every day. The message that I have today is very brief. It's in the form of a poem, and it's called The Flesh. And afterwards, I'll explain what it all means. It kind of feels like I'm just throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. I don't like that feeling, though. I don't know. I'm doing what I can right now. You know, life still goes on in the background, so the flesh. My wings have carpet burns from all the backsliding I've done. Sinning masters fun. The flesh carrying my soul to hell as I sleep and suck my thumb. Falling into temptation like falling into a trance. My flesh throwing a temper tantrum when it falls into a chance. A chance to live better, but the devil hates that dance. So like the sinner that I am, I shut the truth up at a glance and close my eyes tighter as I fall into romance. The flesh is weak on its own, but I strengthen it when I give in. When I say I want to feel good, allowing flesh to win. And when the high wears off, I feel bad for committing sin. So bad that I need to suppress that emotion, and so I sin again. I don't know if I'm going to finish this poem or not, but I like where it's going. And I'm just going to go through it and explain what I was feeling when I wrote it. My wings have carpet burns from all the backsliding I've done. Sinning masters fun. It's a lot that goes on into these two lines. It's a part of me that feels like I'm on the righteous path and I'm doing what I can do and I'm doing better. But I'm still human who happens to make mistakes and happens to fall down sometimes and backslide. Therefore, the wings that I have carpet burns because I keep getting dragged into sin. Whether that's by the devil or my own accord, that's what that is. Sinning masters fun. Basically, being tricked into thinking that the things that you're doing wrong is okay and good because it has this element of excitement and it's fun and it's pleasurable and it makes you feel good. That's kind of like duh. The flesh carrying my soul to hell as I sleep and suck my thumb. Open your eyes. That's all I could think of is just like just sitting there. Like when hindsight is 2020, you come back and you realize the things that you did is just wrong. But in that moment, it didn't feel like it. It kind of feels like a sleeping baby. Like I was just a sleeping baby, just allowing life to happen. And I'm just like, oh, this is all right, you know. So I guess that's what I meant with that line. Falling into temptation like falling into a trance. A lot of times when I fall into temptation and I know what I'm doing is wrong, although I can't stop for whatever reason, it kind of makes me feel like I'm under some kind of hypnosis. You know, like, okay, well, I'm already here. Let me just tap out so I don't have to really deal with what I'm doing or face the fact of what I'm doing. But I can kind of just coast through it, you know, and deal with everything later. My flesh throws a temper tantrum when I fall into a chance to live better, but the devil hates that dance. So like the sinner that I am, I shut the truth up at a glance and close my eyes tighter as I fall into romance. There's a lot there. When there's a chance to be better, or I pray, or I look to God, or I have faith, or I ask for deliverance from something, that's when I feel like my flesh tries to be stronger. It tries to do things to convince me that what I'm choosing to do or choosing to follow God or how I'm choosing to follow God is the wrong path. But the devil hates that dance.
You going against me? What? No, let me grab a stronger hold onto you.
It just feels like the devil just grabs a stronger hold onto me or grabs a hold onto me in a different area of my life. You know, it's like that's my flesh throwing the temper tantrum. Like,
no, you're not doing what I want you to do. You're trying to be righteous and stuff. No, devil, look what you're doing.
And like the sinner that I am, because my flesh is weak and I'm weak and trying to be stronger, I shut the truth up at a glance. Like, oh, okay, you're right. Yep, that ain't gonna feel good. Let me stop. And close my eyes a little tighter as I fall into romance. And that's basically like I just want to be ignorant to what I'm doing and fall into what feels good yet again. It's like a cycle. It's like a cycle of I don't feel good. and I want to feel good, but now I want to feel better because I'm too much of a sinner to be saved or to be loved. And it's easier just to fall into the things that feel good easily, you know. The flesh is weak on its own, but I strengthen it when I give in. When I say it, I want to feel good, allowing flesh to win. And when the high wears off, I feel bad for committing sin. So bad that I need to suppress the emotion, so I sin again. The flesh is weak. It's super weak, you know, but after so many years of it doing what it wants on autopilot, sometimes being new to faith and having faith in God and just relying on that alone in my own, you know, spiritual belief, it doesn't feel strong enough sometimes. It's like I know that the spirit is stronger than the flesh, but the flesh has such a strong hold when, you know, trying to navigate righteousness. And when confusion comes in, it's even harder trying to navigate righteousness because the solutions that you've always had are the ones that are when you were living in sin. But it's like, okay, well, I don't have any solutions now. So how do I do this? And not feeling good enough for God or feeling like you're too much of a sinner or something like that, it makes it hard to believe that you will make it through without doing what you've always had to do, or that you have to take control of something. So wanting to feel good, allowing flesh to win, it's like, okay, let me just do what I've always done and later I'll deal with the ramifications of it. And it sucks because the ramifications of it is always worse. It's always worse. But then it's like, okay, well, I got through the last thing, I'll get through this. But at some point, that ain't gonna work. And it ain't gonna work because you're going to need to keep trying to feel good again from the bad things that you're doing. Instead of giving control over to God and allowing the Spirit to navigate you in a righteous way, you are going to try to constantly feel good with your own vices. And that is only a temporary fix. So it's going to create this cycle of, I want to feel good, so I'm going to use this thing to feel good. But this thing, when I'm done, it makes me feel bad because I know it's wrong. So I need to feel good again. Let me use that thing, you know. So it's just going to be a cycle. So like I said, I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I don't even know if I'm going to do anything with it. I just wanted to write it. And what I get from it is basically that my vices are strong. But what I learned after writing it is that the Spirit of the Lord is stronger. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people can relate to it, and maybe you have some insight on how I can navigate this space because it's still a struggle sometimes, you know. But I guess that'll do it for today's message. Thank y'all for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.